Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, ringsidenews.com. We are coming off Monday Night Raw from Chicago. We have Battleground in less than 2 weeks. NoDQ.com will have coverage of that. But for now, let's get down to your questions here. Spring.me/Aaron Rift. First one today comes from Ben Jones 31945. Hey Aaron, how would you rate this week's Raw? I would give it a 7, but could say 8. Please answer in video. I think overall I would give Raw a 7. I felt that it was a good show from top to bottom. I would say the first hour was a bit slow, but then it definitely picked up in the second hour. I really enjoyed the angle with Rusev and Dolph Ziggler. I felt that that storyline is continuing to progress from week to week, and I've been intrigued by the storyline. I feel that everyone's done a good job in their roles. I like the fact that Rusev was pretending to be hurt. All we needed was Bobby Heenan to scream out, "It's a miracle, he's okay." But I thought that that was a really strong angle. I like the fact that Rusev destroyed Ziggler with the crutch. I like the storyline. I'm intrigued by it. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Brock Lesnar coming out and destroying J&J's car. Yes, that angle has been done many times in the past with a car getting destroyed, but I felt it was executed well in this instance, and I felt that it was entertaining television. Brock Lesnar destroying a car and then throwing Joey Mercury on the car and breaking Jamie Noble's arm. Poor Jamie Noble. I mean, that guy's just getting his ass handed to him by Brock Lesnar on a weekly basis. What a job. And then we have the main event. John Cena versus Cesaro. And I was very vocal on Twitter. If you follow NoDQ on Twitter, twitter.com/NoDQ.DOTCOM. I had very mixed feelings about that match. And I got this question here from CPW1978. If mid-card talent keeps kicking out of John Cena's AA, how effective or serious are we supposed to take the move as a finisher? This precisely was my big issue with the Cena versus Cesaro match. Now, let's just judge Cena versus Cesaro by itself. It was a tremendous match. Both guys put on excellent athletic performances, and it went about 30 minutes, which is almost unheard of for Raw TV matches. It was a pay-per-view quality match. It could have been a WrestleMania main event. The problem is, it wasn't a WrestleMania main event, and there was no major storyline leading up to this match. You know, a lot of people out there are calling it a match of the year contender, but for me, in order to be a match of the year, not only does the in-ring work need to be strong, but you need to have a strong storyline leading up to the match, and you need a strong story being told in the match. The problem with Cena and Cesaro, as great as the performances were, it's the same match from John Cena we've seen for several weeks and even several months now. And Cesaro kicking out of the AA, it would have meant something if half a dozen guys haven't already done the same thing over the past year. You've had Sami Zayn kick out of the AA. You've had Kevin Owens kick out of the AA. You've had Rusev kick out of the AA. And the list goes on. And that, I feel, is a problem. I feel WWE is overdoing it with guys kicking out of finishers and just kicking out of big moves in general. It's just becoming too much. When you do it at WrestleMania, it's special. When you do it at a pay-per-view, it means something. But when you do it on Raw and it's starting to become a weekly occurrence, I feel that that is going to possibly do damage to the product in the long run. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe the wrestling industry has passed me by, and it's not important for finishers to be protected. Maybe we're entering a different era in history. Maybe I'm wrong because the fans were really into this. They were buying into the finishers and the near falls. I wasn't personally. I wasn't buying it. I see John Cena hit the AA. I figure Cesaro's kicking out. Cesaro hits the neutralizer. I'm assuming Cena's kicking out. That's just based off of all these weeks of television, and you have a moment where Cesaro puts John Cena in the sharpshooter, and Michael Cole's like, is Cena going to tap? And I'm just sitting here going, no, he's not going to tap. John Cena's never tapped out. Why should anybody believe that he's going to possibly tap out? But the fans did buy into it. On television, they were hot for the match. I just don't know if WWE should keep going in this direction. You should have a match be told in an interesting fashion without having to have constant kickouts of finishes and that sort of thing. There's other ways you can tell a story in the ring without having to resort to that. Just my take on it. Wasn't the biggest fan of that match, but it was a great match. And John Cena can definitely deliver week in and week out. We know that. We know Cesaro can do that. It's just, how do you top this now? How do you go on to a pay-per-view and top that match on Raw? How do you top future matches? Are you going to have a 1 hour Iron Man match where John Cena hits 4 AAs and the guy kicks out 4 times and Cena kicks out of 30 high profile moves? I mean, where do you go from here? That's just my question. Serious question I ask. Where do you go from here? And at what point is enough enough? So just going to leave it at that. I know that my opinion in this case is against popular opinion because people were raving about that match, and I hope it's the start of bigger things to come for Cesaro. I got this question here from the Walrus Inator. Hey Aaron, longtime viewer, first time asker. Do you think that we will see a Kevin Owens versus Cesaro feud in the near future? Maybe even a match for the US title at SummerSlam. It would give Cesaro something to do, and it would be one hell of a match. I am really hoping that this will lead to bigger things for Cesaro. And after Raw ended, John Cena put over Cesaro big time in front of the live crowd and the videos on YouTube. But we've seen this thing before. We've seen this situation where John Cena has endorsed somebody and put them over, and we've seen it before. I really feel that this is a case of I have to see it to believe it. I'll believe Cesaro is going to get pushed when it actually happens. I have this feeling that a month from now he's going to be back to feuding with guys like R-Truth, and he's going to be lucky to even have a match on Raw. That's unfortunately the way I see it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that this is the start of a major push for Cesaro and he becomes a top star in WWE because, I mean, he is as talented as anybody on that roster. No question. As far as promos go, definitely needs some work, but he can tear the house down. He went out there, John Cena in Chicago, and the fans were into the match. Cesaro can get a reaction out of the fans. No question. So it's just a matter of WWE being able to have confidence in him and go all the way with him. Will they do it? Time will tell. I don't know. But it's gotten a lot of positive buzz. The match did get a lot of positive feedback and people calling it match of the year. I already gave my opinion on that, but I'm really hoping that Cesaro does get a push out of this. Don't know if it's going to happen, though. All right, this one comes from Romney Full Dark. After watching all these senseless storylines, I seriously thought WWE was making fun of our intelligence. But those Photoshop pictures of Kane in Hawaii were the straw that broke the camel's back. Does WWE really think we're that stupid? Well, the whole point of that was for comedy and doing the Photoshops for jokes. I felt that it would have been a lot better if WWE actually spent a couple $1,000s to fly Kane out to Hawaii and filmed some segments like him walking down the streets of Honolulu or getting on a surfboard and trying to surf. How hard would that have been to do that? That would have been way more funny than having him be photoshopped on pictures in Hawaii. I just thought that was stupid. Didn't find it funny. And especially when they did that angle with the car. Now, maybe the car was donated. Maybe they got a deal on the car, and it really wasn't a $55,000 car that they destroyed, and it wasn't $55,000 that WWE spent on that, but still, how much would have it cost to have Kane go to Hawaii? $2,000-$3,000, maybe a little bit more. It would have made for much more entertaining television, and they could have filled up some time that way too. They could have put on maybe 5 to 10 minutes of various clips throughout the show of Kane in Hawaii, and that would have been better than just filling up time with other nonsense. All right, got this one here from Dave451985. Do you think that there is even a small possibility of Bray Wyatt going over Reigns? If Reigns loses yet again, he will still continue to hold no credibility, and Reigns doesn't really get much by beating Wyatt, in my opinion. Your thoughts? If Roman Reigns is going on to SummerSlam to be in the main event, if the plan is for Brock to win the title and face Roman Reigns in the rematch from WrestleMania, then I absolutely expect Roman Reigns to beat Bray Wyatt, as he should. Now, if Roman Reigns is not going to be in the title match at SummerSlam, then it would make sense to drag this feud out. You don't need to just have one match. And if it's going to be a series of matches between these two, I would have Bray Wyatt win. I would have him go over Roman Reigns and have Reigns get his win back at SummerSlam. That's how I would do it. But it all depends on what's going to happen with Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. If this is just a one match and it's done, then Roman Reigns needs to win, because in the long term, he's the guy that WWE is going to invest in as the top star of the company, and he's the guy that they're going to be banking on to make money for them. So I would go with Reigns if it's just one match. All right, got one more question here from DJXHero123. Hey Aaron, maybe you won't agree, but I feel like The Miz is one of the most underrated heels on the roster today. I feel not a single person other than John Cena can work the crowd as good as him. Do you think his career could ever lift off one more time? Well, first of all, he's no longer The Miz on NoDQ&A video. For now, and as long as he's in that get-up, he will be known as the Great Miz Holio. And I do agree with you. I feel that he was one of the highlights of Raw. He was one of the highlights of that. He was probably the highlight of that match between the Big Show and Ryback. I found his commentary to be more entertaining than the match, and if anything, it enhanced the whole segment, Miz being there. I would like to see more of the Great Miz Holio doing his thing. He knows how to work a crowd. He knows how to get a reaction out of the crowd. So I'm all for him getting another push, have him win the IC title, and see where it goes. But yeah, I really feel that the fans should be chanting Miz Holio at him. They chant Justin Bieber at Seth Rollins, which makes no sense, but you have the obvious comparison between Miz and the Great Cornholio, a.k.a. Beavis, and nobody's really picked up on that yet. So start chanting Miz Holio. Fans, if you want to chant something that makes sense, do that. Stop chanting Justin Bieber at Seth Rollins. So that'll do it for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already at youtube.com/NoDQ&AV. Let me know what you think about Raw, what your thoughts were on the show. Leave a comment. And stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest regarding Battleground. And I will see you guys next time for more.